Good day, everybody. I'd like to explain the term implicants and the types of implicants in this video. The word implicants means if you're given any Boolean expression like this, f is equal to ab plus abc, this happens to be an SOP. It could also be a POS. So whatever Boolean function you are given, each term inside that function is referred to as an implicant. In this case, AB is one term, ABC is another term. It is a product term. It is not necessarily a min term. Okay? Whatever it be, the implicant is each term of the Boolean function. So even in case of POS, like a function like this, a plus b and a plus c, a plus b is a implicant. A plus c is also another implicant. As you may have noticed, implicants are very general way of categorizing terms inside a Boolean function. So obviously it has a lot of types or it has a lot of specifics. Let us go into the specifics of implicants. The first one is prime implicants. Prime implicant means when you have a function, okay, and from the function you draw a K-map, each group that you form inside the K-map is referred to as a prime implicant. This is not necessarily the same as just an implicant. It has to be a group inside the K-map. So all possible groups formed in the K-map are referred to as prime implicants. In this case, you have three groups. That is the horizontal group here, the vertical group here, and the third one is a horizontal group here. The first group corresponds to A bar B, then the second is BC, and the third one is AB. All three of them are prime implicants. I call it PI. Okay? So these are all prime implicants. The next one is essential prime implicants. What it means is that in this example that you just saw for the prime implicants, you see, did you notice that the second group here is actually totally unnecessary? It is not essential, isn't it? Therefore, those groups that are really essential, that are really required, those are referred to as essential prime implicants. Okay, now that is not a proper way of defining it. The proper way of defining it is if the min term covers a one which cannot be covered by anybody else. For example, look at this one. This one cannot be covered by any other group. It does not have anybody adjacent to it. It has only this guy to look out for, right? So when this one looks up to this one and it forms a group, so this group becomes essential to this one. Therefore, I call it an essential prime implicant. Similarly, this one that you see here, yes, that is also essential, part of an essential group, that is essential prime implicant, because it cannot be grouped with anybody else. Therefore, this is also an essential prime implicant. Okay? So it covers at least one min term, this is that min term, or this is that min term, then that is referred to as an essential prime implicant, right? And you can be sure that this essential prime implicant will absolutely appear in the final solution, because without this group, this one cannot be included. And K-map rule says that all the ones should be part of some group. It is necessary to group all the ones. The next one is redundant prime implicants. Redundant meaning the group that we kicked out in the earlier K-map that you saw, that means the one that was not really needed, not essential. Yes, that is referred to as a redundant prime implicant. The reason being that this redundant prime implicant is actually grouping ones that were already grouped by this guy and this guy. Therefore, it is redundant or it is a repetition, and you would never actually group it in practical cases. Therefore, it never appears in the final solution. These are redundant prime implicants. Selective prime implicants it is also referred to as non-essential prime implicants. These are those that can be prime implicants that can either, it is neither essential nor redundant. What do I mean by that? Look at the groups 1 and 2. I have a 1 out here. This one has to be grouped. But this one can be grouped either in the vertical way or in the horizontal way. Right? So either 1 or 2 needs to be selected. Okay? So you can select either B bar C or AC. Such groups are referred to as selective prime implicants. If you're curious, these groups are what make your answers different. Two persons might get different answers, but both of them are correct. The reason being that the selection of prime implicant by one person and the other person might be different. One person might choose B bar C, the other person might choose AC, both of them being correct. The reason for the difference is what we call selective prime implicants. These are also referred to as non-essential prime implicants. Okay. Now finally, we have examples here. Let's wrap it up with this example. I have a K-map laid out here. It's a 4-variable K-map. I have ones laid out here. You can see that cells have been marked with ones. Let us try to group it first, and then let us find the number of prime implicants, essential prime implicants, and redundant and selective prime implicants in this example. We have grouped it like this. I have marked it as groups of 2s. Okay. The blue group that you see here is a group of 4, which all of us would prefer, right? But after making a group of 4, for example, you see, if I made a group of 4 like this, I would still need to group this one, therefore I need this. I would still need to group this one, therefore I need this. And in order for this one, I need to use this. And for this one, I need to use this. Ultimately, this middle group, the one that I have marked in blue here, the middle group is actually unnecessary. Okay, that's why I have put it in a dashed manner. Let us see a case where somebody has done the grouping and included the 5th group. I have 4 plus 1, 5 groups. So having included the 5 groups, let us see the number of implicants, prime implicants, etc. The number of implicants is 8. What is 8? 8 is the number of ones here. Each one corresponds to a min term. Therefore, the number of implicants is 8. The number of prime implicants is 5, because prime implicants meaning how many groups are there in this K-map? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 green groups and 1 extra, that is the blue group. So you have 5 groups, and 5 groups mean prime implicant is 5. How many essential prime implicants? Out of this blue group, the middle group is not really necessary. So I will kick that out, and I am left with 1, 2, 3, and 4. Groups 1, 2, 3, and 4. In case of prime implicants, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Redundant prime implicants. Redundant meaning the ones that are extra or the ones that are not really needed. In this case, it is the 5th group. There is only one such group. There is a blue marked in blue. Therefore, it is a redundant one. Therefore, group number 5 is a redundant group. Okay. The last one is selective prime implicants. We don't have any such choice of selective prime implicants here. That means the choice of one group or the other. They are all essential prime implicants. Therefore, I have 0 selective prime implicants. I hope it is clear how to get the number of implicants: prime, essential, redundant, and selective prime implicants, right? As I always say, please practice more sums. I hope the concept is clear. Thank you.